Florida State Seminoles will play for the national championship.
People can tell you can't do it, and it just inspired you to take new levels.
The culture of our country and even in the world said that, this is what men can do and women can do these things.
Florida State University head coaches Lonnie Alameda, Brooke Niles, and Sue Samurai have become national forces to be reckoned with in collegiate athletics.
I think you all of a sudden look up and 14 years later, and the program has done some pretty incredible things.
But softball doesn't stand alone. With Brooke Niles leading the program, beach volleyball has contended for a national championship every year.
Pressure is a privilege is what we talk about a lot. We try to not be too high or too low, like you said, because we know that champions are the same level no matter if they're winning or losing.
Playing for national championship every year with under the best coaches, with the best players, it's been a dream.
Entering her 24th season at FSU with 475 career wins under her belt, head coach Sue Samurai knows the importance of building a legacy of consistency.
I felt like this program, when you looked around at all the other athletic programs at Florida State, could be a perennial power. It would take a lot of work.
While each of these programs has seen great success, many still view women's sports as being unequal to their male counterparts. Nonetheless, these players and coaches stay focused on the vision and remain hopeful for continued progress.
Do I feel the need to live up to male counterparts? Yeah, I think I always have a chip on my shoulder about that.
While beach volleyball is a newer sport, they are still fighting for more exposure.
I do feel that beach volleyball should get more recognition. I like that our national championships are on ESPN. I think that that's fair. But I think that even regular season scheduled games should also be on ESPN.
The last few years, I think at the NCAAs, our viewership has just grown since ESPN picked it up, so I think that's a big step for our sport.
Compared to baseball, the Women's College World Series had a smaller capacity stadium to play in and shorter turnaround times between games.
And when you're having to play till noon, 12 a.m., 1 a.m., 2 in the morning, you don't get that rest and recovery time that you're trying to get through that you normally do in the season. When you get back and the season's over, that's when we as coaches and we as players have to speak up and make changes.
But things are looking up, as the 2021 Women's College World Series drew more viewers than the College World Series, prompting the NCAA to extend the Women's College World Series for 2 more days.
Today's edition is awesome. It's not everything that needs to change with that tournament. There's a lot more that needs to change, and so we need to keep continuing to speak up and use our voice for that. But the more viewership, the more people that attend, also speaks, huge volumes for people to make changes for what's on the field.
Women's basketball also faced disparities at the 2021 NCAA tournament, as their facilities came up short to the men's facilities.
I've seen it year in and year out, and we were always told when we were asking about it that the men generated revenue and the women cost money.
But women's basketball is also seeing progress, as they will officially be using the March Madness branding starting with the 2022 NCAA tournament.
It really more disappointed me the fact that it wasn't licensed for the women's tournament. For me, it's just like, that's such a small thing. It should have been together the whole time.
With hard work and persistence, these coaches and their programs are stamping themselves in Florida State history and are sure to be great contributors to the future success of women's sports.
The women's sports at FSU are unbelievably strong and just gaining the respect they deserve.
I'm Carmen Morrison reporting.